I want you to picture this. You're finally done with your day. The house, it's quiet. The responsibilities, well, they have slowed down. And you should be tired, right? And instead, your brain just actually turns on. You remember things that you forgot. You start thinking about tomorrow. You get ideas. You want to scroll. You want to do one more thing. And suddenly it's midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And then the next day, you're exhausted and you think, I need to get better sleep or I just need more discipline. But if you have ADHD, this isn't just a habit problem. This is your brain regulation problem. So today we're going to talk about that. Why ADHD brains struggle with sleep, what delayed sleep phase actually is, how sleep impacts dopamine and focus, and why poor sleep makes your ADHD feel absolutely worse. Let's get into this together.
Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat.
Here's the thing that a lot of people actually don't understand about sleep and ADHD brains. We don't follow a typical sleep rhythm. This is called delayed sleep phase, which means your brain doesn't feel tired when it should. Your energy spikes later in the evening, and your natural rhythm shifts later. So while the world expects you to wind down at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, your brain is just getting started. And that mismatch creates a lot of dysfunction. It creates a lot of frustration, guilt, feeling like you're doing something wrong. And if you have a partner in the mix, well, both of your circadian rhythms are completely off, which may feel disconnection within your relationship too. This is the part that people feel the most. Your body might be tired, but your brain is active, thinking, processing, jumping. And here's why. Because during the day, your brain is constantly filtering out input, managing tasks, suppressing distractions, shifting and initiating, and trying to manage all the functionality of executive functioning. But at night, that pressure releases. So everything you didn't process throughout the day, well, that's times for it to come up again. This is the part that people don't realize though. For ADHD brains, nighttime can feel easier, calmer, and more enjoyable because fewer demands, fewer expectations, we feel more in control, and we have more stimulation choices to choose from, which means we have more dopamine. So your brain learns that nighttime feels better than daytime. And it starts delaying sleep on purpose. I know that sounds crazy, right? But it doesn't do it consciously. It's more neurologically.
If you want to understand your ADHD in a deeper way, I've created the ADHD Crash Course, and it walks you through ADHD step by step so that you can actually start understanding your brain and not shaming it. Everything's in small, doable lessons designed for your ADHD in mind. The link is in the show notes.
So, sleep impacts our dopamine regulation system, and dopamine impacts our attention, our motivation, task initiation, and our ability to focus. So, when you don't sleep well, your dopamine drops, and then your executive functioning drops, which means the next day you'll experience worse focus, more procrastination, more emotional reactivity, and more overwhelm. And it feels like your ADHD got worse just by poor sleep. But let's be really clear sleep deprivation alone can cause inattention, impulsivity, irritability, and poor memory, which are ADHD symptoms. So if you already have ADHD, you're stacking your ADHD symptoms with sleep deprivation symptoms, and you're wondering why everything feels just so much harder for you. So, this is the emotional layer, though, of all of this. So, you stay up late and then you feel exhausted the next day. And then you wake up tired and your day is a lot harder. And then your productivity drops. And then you feel behind. And then you feel overwhelmed. And then you start to avoid things. And then the night comes and you want relief. So, you stay up again. And the cycle just repeats over and over again. This isn't a lack of discipline, it's a loop. And we can help you break that loop.
If you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly what I struggle with, I want you to know that I built something specifically for you. The EF, or Executive Functioning Activation course, walks you through why task initiation feels so hard with your ADHD and how to actually get yourself moving without shame, pressure, or burnout. It's short, practical, and designed for ADHD brains, not productivity culture. If starting is your biggest barrier, this course gives you structure, language, and tools that actually work for you. You'll find the link in the show notes.
Remember, you are not aiming for perfect sleep hygiene. We're aiming for better regulation. So, first, let's reduce the jump from day to night. So, instead of going straight from busy to bed, I want you to create a transition schedule for you. Let's do an hour before we go to bed. Let's dim the lights. Let's lower some stimulation. You can still be on your phone and you can still be on the television, but let's lower the stimulation factor. Let's watch or scroll on things that might actually be a little boring just at the hour of the end of night. We're trying to lower that stimulation value. And we need to shift from activities that require a lot of demand and go into things that are a lot more calmer and easier as we transition to bed. Next, I want you to contain all of that mental load. So your brain spins because you're holding on to all of these things. So I want you to start writing things down. I want you to do what we call a brain dump. I want you to get out a piece of paper or get out your phone and open the note app and just dump away all of the things you need to do tomorrow, all the things you need to remember, all the things that happened today. Dump it. No logical sequencing in mind, no narrative, no dear diary, just dump it. You want to plan maybe tomorrow loosely. Do not do in rigidity. Do not plan out your whole life here. You're just trying to get it out of your head. Then I want you to think about if you're laying in bed and transitioning into sleep and an idea pops up, go back to your mind dump. Dump it. Do not keep thinking about it. It will only keep you awake. Next, I want you to work with your rhythm, not against it. So instead of forcing, I need to go to sleep at 9, I want you to do what is a realistic sleep window for me. So if I want to fall asleep by 10, maybe my sleep window is from 9 to 10. So at 9, this is where I'm winding down, but that doesn't mean I need to fall asleep right away. I just need to think about the window so that I'm prepping my body for sleep. Next, I want you to reduce these late night dopamine traps. Things like scrolling or starting new projects or just that one more thing. It just keeps your brain activated. So instead, I want you to do kind of boring, mundane things. So when I talk about sleep hygiene with people who use like the TV or their phone to go to bed, you don't just want to cold turkey those things, though that is going to be torture for an ADHD brain. Instead, I want you to focus on things that make you feel calm, that are kind of boring and non stimulating. Think about ASMR videos, things that are just kind of like, oh, that's interesting, but I don't need to focus. I'm trying to lower your stimulation so that you fall asleep a lot faster. Next, I want you to protect your morning. So even if sleep isn't perfect the night before, I want you to stabilize your wake time, which means you're waking up at the same time every day, regardless how your sleep went. Now, I know this is quite challenging for a lot of people with ADHD. I know it's challenging for me too. But what I want you to start doing is even though my alarm went off, it doesn't mean I have to get out of bed. I'm just prepping my mind to wake up. So if it's 5 a.m., but I know I can sleep until 6, you bet I'm going to be up at 5. But that doesn't mean I have to get out of bed and start life right away, especially if I have some extra time that day. I want you to get some light exposure. So that could mean you walk over, open the blinds, and go back to bed. You don't have to do anything with life yet. But the moment that you get light exposure right away, that helps reset your circadian rhythm so that when you try to wake up again tomorrow, it just gets a little bit easier. This creates consistency for you. This creates predictability. This creates certainty in your schedule and what's expected of you. This helps regulate that rhythm over time.
Okay, quick pause. Because you've ever found yourself rewinding this episode like 3 times because your brain just drifted, this is for you. I hear this all the time. I can focus, just not when I actually need to. And that's exactly what the focus course is about. Because here's the truth, ADHD isn't a lack of attention, it's a regulation issue, which is why some days you're locked in for hours and other days you're rereading the same sentence, wondering what just happened. So, inside my executive functioning focus course, I break this down in a way that actually makes sense for you. We go through how your attention works in your brain, your specific focus patterns, why you get distracted externally and internally, and how to actually build a system that helps you stay on track and come back when you drift. Because the goal isn't perfect focus, it's knowing how to return without spiraling. So if you're tired of blaming yourself and you just want something that actually works with your brain, I'll link the focus course in the show notes. All right, let's get back to this episode.
If your brain feels like it just won't shut off at night, this is exactly why I recommend having a simple system to get things out of your head before you go to bed. I'll include a basic night reset style worksheet in the show notes. So if you're not trying to hold everything mentally when you're trying to wind down, if you just need something that helps guide you from mind dumping, this would be it. If your brain won't shut off at night, it's not because you're not doing something wrong. It's because your brain has been holding on to just too much stuff for far too long. And once you start understanding how your sleep and your brain and your focus are all connected to each other, you can stop blaming yourself and start supporting the system a whole lot differently. Thank you for joining me this week, and I hope that you are gentle with your mind. One more thing before you go, and this helps me personally, staying present and grounded, which we all need, especially when your brain wants to spiral into disconnection. Me too. It's Brain FM. It's musically designed to help ADHD brains, well, really anyone's brain, focus, relax, or sleep, and I use it almost daily. If you want to try it, I've dropped my link in the show notes. And if you're looking for planning tools or ADHD-friendly resources, I'll keep a list of my favorite links in every episode.